Assalamualaikum to my beloved madam and my fellow friends. Today, my group going to present about zoology. Is it important? Introduction of zoology. What is zoology? Zoology or animal biology is the field of biology that involves the study of animals. The word zoology comes from the Greek word zoon meaning animal and logos meaning the study of. It encompasses all aspects of scientific knowledge about animals, like embryonic development, evolution, behavior, ecological distribution, and classification. Zoology is broken into many branches because there are so many different ways to study animals. It is also broken into branches based on which animals are being studied. Now we look at the history of zoology. People have been interested in learning about animals since ancient times. The prominent ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle took detailed notes on animal observation and inspired other scientists for many hundreds of years. Many universities were found in Europe in the 16th century, and by the mid-17th century, divisions were found in universities that focused entirely on animal research. In the 19th century, the microscope became commonplace in scientific research, and this opened up a whole new realm of possibility. Now, the cell of animal could be studied at the microscopic level. Another breakthrough in zoology occurred when the naturalist Charles Darwin developed the theory of evolution by natural selection. This theory revolutionized zoology and taxonomy. More recently, the discovery of DNA as live genetic material led to even more new research and knowledge about the natural world and the evolutionary relationship between animals. Now we look at a fun fact about zoology. There are more chickens than people in the world. The blue whale makes the loudest sound of any other animal. The rhinoceros horn is made of compact hair. Only female mosquito bite. The Asian ghost fly the highest right over the Himalaya mountains. There are at least 900,000 species of insects in the world. In the US, 23 states have a butterfly as their state insect. The cheetah can run the fastest of any animal.
Hi guys! So today I want to explain why learning zoology is important to us. So look at the first point, to appreciate nature. If you don't know anything about animal or biology, nature seems to be just about chores. When you learn about this subject, you can see why animals behave this way or that way. It makes one admire nature even more. The reason why zoology is important is that it gives you the opportunity to see nature more what it really is. Not random shows, but various life forms that interact with one another is amazing way. So now let's look at the second point. The next point is to understand animals. Studying this subject will allow us to learn more about animals' behavior. I want to give you one example. Tigers is usually thought to be mindless killer. Mindless killer. But if we learn and study their nature and habitats, it will be clear that they will become threat only when people interfere with their activities. Also, the reason why zoology is important is that to increase our knowledge and remove ignorance. With knowledge, we are able to be more responsible and make a better relationship with animal kingdom. The third point is to understand the importance of preservation. Learning facts and figures about animal isn't just about storing the data in your head. It makes us realize why preserving and balancing nature is critical to human survival. When one species is eliminated, others are affected. So it becomes clear why preserving these animals and their habitat is crucial. And now, let's move on to another point, which is to know man's role in nature. We know there's nothing wrong with economic progress, but it shouldn't come at the cost of destroying rainforests or wiping out entire species. Cut off trees and destroying forest wildlife may cause flood, drive animals from their home, will make them become a pestilence. In short, more problems are created. By learning about this subject, we can see why balancing economic growth with natural preservation is critical. Next is industrial use. Learning zoology can give us knowledge about industrial use. For example, honey, wax, and shells are important part in our life. All of these substances are obtained from animals. And what's better than zoology is teach us the best way of extracting all this from animals. Last but not least, medical. Zoologists come to our rescue here, helping us understand animals better and counter disease. For example, diseases like bird flu are passes on to humans through animals. So by learning zoology, we can know and understand more about birds, and we can fight this disease.
First, a degree in zoology will equip you for a range of careers. Your roles like protecting animals from natural and man-made threats, researching cure, preventing disease, or fighting extinction. This will give you a feel-good factor that many people don't get from their job. Then, the demand for nature-focused specialists will increase as global warming and urbanizations grow. Now, ecology and conservation are important policies in almost every country. While jobs at zoos and wildlife parks are highly contested, there are many other areas where zoology graduates will be highly sought after. If we take a look a little bit deeper why we need to study zoology, this is because the work won't be dull. When you are working with any different animal and study topics as diverse as behavior, evolutionary, and anatomy, you won't get bored. Zoology courses also place a large emphasis on field work, which means you spend more time with animals and less time in lecture. Then, you get to work with animals. And animals are most entertaining creatures. They can make humans feel happy and calm just by looking at them. This job really suitable for animal lover. The fact that working with animals can be extremely challenging, but it's rewarding. Lastly, the career prospects are incredibly varied. After your degree is over, there are plenty of different jobs to choose from. Now let's move on to the career opportunities with a zoology degree. First is park naturalist. A park naturalist helps the public enjoy the World Nature Park and recreational sites. They give information to the public about the environment surrounding and its existence, plants and animals. Next is zoo curator. Zoo curator is known as animal keeper. They look after each animal species, feed them, clean them, and even interact with them regularly. Generally, a zoo curator works under the instructions of veterinarians, planning their diets, recognizing their illness, administering medications, and so on. Next, we have veterinarians. Veterinarians' role is looking after the animal health, curing and analyzing their conditions and possible disease. Their role is similar to a medical doctor who look after the health of humans, but they look after animals. Next, we have marine mammal trainers. The roles of marine mammal trainers is to look after animals in marine reserves, game parks, zoos, and aquariums. They also look after their diet, trains them, and provide them with medicines assistance whenever necessary. Next is ecologist. An ecologist studies how the surrounding environment impacts all flora and fauna. They also analyze their relationship with one another and do everything in their power to preserve the natural order. Next, we have wildlife zoologists and biologists. Wildlife zoologists or biologists have to meet both lab and field responsibilities. They study and conduct research projects on different wildlife characteristics, their roles in their habitat, and how they interact with humans. This was a top career option for students with a zoology degree. Ichthyologist. An ichthyologist is a zoologist who deal with different fish, ray or shark. Their role also monitoring water quality, identify the fish species, observing their behavior, and accumulating data for writing and publishing scientific journal. Lastly is herpetologist. A herpetologist's role is to study amphibians and reptiles like frog, lizard, snake, and iguanas. They observe their behavior, development, physiologies, and genetics in their natural environment.
Hi guys, today I will tell you about branches of zoology. Actually, zoology has a lot of branches, but here the most popular one. Firstly, it is zoography. It is study of animals and their habitats. It's concerned with the geographic range of specific population of animals, their effects on the ecosystem they live in, the reason for a specific spatial distribution of an animal species. Second is a comparative anatomy. It's study of similarities and differences in the anatomy of different types of animals. Studying the similar anatomical structure in related organisms provided evidence for evolution from a common ancestor that was later confirmed by genetics research. It's still used today, often in paleontology. It's the study of fossils. Third one is animal physiology. It's study of the bodily processes that occur in animals that allow them to maintain homeostasis and survive. Involve the study of processes like temperature regulation, blood pressure, and blood flow, and the release of hormones at specific time in the body. Fourth one is ethology. It's study of animal behavior, usually in regard to in their natural environment as opposed to in a lab. It involves the study of animal learning, cognition, communication, and sexuality, and is related to evolutionary biology and ecology. The last but not least, behavioral ecology. It's study of evolution as the basis for animals' behavior due to ecological pressure, which are constraints placed upon organisms by their environment.